for doing. But I picked up No Man's Sky. It was only 20 bucks. I had been given a gift card for a birthday, and I was like, you know what? I only have 20 bucks, and this is 20 bucks, so let's do this. I was looking through some of the updates that they added to the game since it was first released. I didn't actually play it when it was first released, thankfully. But the updates were interesting. They added a bunch of different difficulty-esque things. Like you have your normal playstyle, how the game originally started out, of course, with like the updates. They have the survival mode, which makes it more difficult, obviously. And then they have permadeath mode. And permadeath mode terrifies me. I haven't actually tried survival mode, but permadeath is survival mode, and if you die, that's it. That's it. The game is over. And then there is creative mode. And creative mode, I don't know, it just doesn't seem very appealing because I kind of feel like it's like playing Minecraft without any enemies on. It's like, it can be fun if you're just wanting to be creative and make like Hyrule Castle, or I had a friend of mine who, I don't know if he ever finished it, but I know he was I'd helped him a little bit. He was working on making like a, almost true to scale, like, Navy aircraft carrier, which admittedly was a tall order. That thing was enormous. Like, I went over to his house one time and we just sat there playing it, played it for hours, and that's all we were doing was working on the outer hull. But I've decided to go ahead and post videos up, and I kind of want to try permadeath just to see what happens. As you can see, I did start playing normal mode. Like I said, I had never played the game before, so at least that gives me an idea. I've only been playing it for about 2 days now, not even that really. I think I started about noon yesterday, so one day. It's approximately 3 o'clock now. So yeah, permadeath. Let's go for it. If you guys have anybody who's actually still playing this since it released, or has picked it up recently and plays it, if anyone has any suggestions or anything to make this easier, like, go for it. That would be fantastic, because permadeath kind of scares me. Even normal difficulty, I was like flying around in space. I was literally just trying to get to this next planet, and these random enemies showed up and just wiped me out. Like, they completely annihilated me, and I was like, what? Like, what? That's not cool. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so hard. I haven't died from anything on a planet though. That's good, I suppose. I've managed to wipe out everything, including the Sentinels. But I do love how this game starts out. Every time you load up your game, you go through this, like, you fly through the universe. You can see names in different systems everywhere, and almost every one of those stars is its own planetary system in the galaxy, which is really cool. Initialize. So we begin.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
Suit initialization. I am staring at the sky.
Life support systems.
It is 90.5 degrees Celsius outside. And to be fair, I do live in the US, and I am fairly ignorant of Celsius versus Fahrenheit. We do use Fahrenheit here, unfortunately. But I do know that 100 degrees Celsius is boiling. So it be hot, yo.
Aerial propulsion jetpack. Online.
I has a jetpack. I can fly. My shield, I can't tell if it's full or not. Really, it starts me out with 50% mining beam. That's not cool. That's a sentinel flying off over to the left there. Yay, it's all completed. It's really hot here. There's low security. Frequent flora, so a lot of plants, but occasional fauna, so not too many animals. That's good. That's good. Let's see where it starts me out here. Do I have... Is there even a ship out here? I don't remember how the game started. It's literally been like a day and I don't remember how it started. Alright. Let's go look at this. Now, I know when the game first released, opening things like this would give you blueprints, but instead now they give you these nanite clusters. It's basically another type of currency, and you can spend those clusters to buy blueprints from a store. I'm gonna go in here. Yeah, if you look at the bottom left, the white bar in the bottom left above the temperature is 4 nanites, is my basically my oxygen. I'm assuming my character, no, my character breathes oxygen. That's how it's going to be. And the red bar is the environmental bar. There's always an environmental bar, almost always. Depending on what planet you're on, it could be cold, it could be radiation. There was one planet I went to where the radiation was so bad. Like, if you notice, there's like 2 arrows next to my red bar right now, and it's kind of indicating how fast it's decreasing. Like, there was always 3 bars at all times, and then it got even worse because storms would come in with this ridiculously heavy radiation, and it would go down like even faster. So what we're gonna do here is you find these, like, you find locations like this across the planet. You can walk up to these little markers and hit save. It will save it in your database. It will also save it, like, you'll be able to look off in the distance and you'll see like a holographic marker in the distance showing where you've been. There's platinum. Platinum's not very important at the moment. So right now I need to find my crashed ship, it says. Scanner critically damaged. I need carbon. Carbon is mostly found in animals and plants. First, I'm going to step in here for a second so I can check my inventory and not worry about dying from heat. So let's check my inventory. You have 3 inventories. You have your multi-tool, which is your basic things that you use. Your multi-tool is this thing right here. You use it to mostly mine for stuff. It can be used as a weapon, but it's not as good as a weapon. I do have more things that I can install, in particular the bolt caster, which is your main basic weapon that you start out with. And then some upgrades. One upgrade to the mining mechanic, and then one upgrade to my weapon. I need Heridium and Plutonium. Heridium in particular, which when you find it, you find a lot of it, but sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to find. Plutonium, I remember my starting planet on my other file, I found a lot of it in caves, so I think we'll try that. Iron and plutonium for the bolt caster. Again, if we find plutonium, shouldn't be a problem. Plutonium is mostly used for fuel for your ship. It's you have takeoff thrusters on your ship, and plutonium is used for those. So you end up using a lot for those, because on the original file I had, it was using like 50 plutonium every time my ship took off from the ground, which was a lot. And iron you can find in every rock that you see, so that's not a problem. Let's see, we have our scanner. Oh, let's back out of that. We have our scanner, which takes carbon, and then we have analysis visor, which takes iron. So we're going to focus on those for now. Check, see what we have. This is our starship. I do not know where our starship is. It is out of range currently. Basically, if you're too far away from your starship and your starship has anything in its inventory, you can't access that. But I know on the regular file, anything you have in your inventory, you can teleport to your ship. You just can't teleport it back. I think that's kind of cheap, but whatevs. Pulse engines, we will have to get both of these working to be able to get off this planet. So pulse engines allow you to fly faster through space, mostly. And of course the launch thrust that I was talking about a moment ago allows you to take off from the planet. If that doesn't work, 7? Oh. Well, damn. We have to have 7 carrot sheets. Carrot sheets. I'm going to call them carrot sheets. Sheets of carrots. That's what I use to repair my ship. That'd be hilarious. Anyway. You have to have so many of those to repair your ship. Unfortunately, like, we only had to have 4 on the original file. 3 or 4. To be able to craft stuff, you go here, and we need iron to craft. So, we can focus on getting a ton of iron, and what was the other thing we needed? I don't remember. A ton of iron and carbon. So let's do this. So anytime you're mining for stuff, if you see those little drone bots, those sentinels come by, you should probably stop for a second and let them, because they're going to scan you to make sure you're not doing anything illegal. And apparently mining stuff is illegal, I guess, because they don't like it. Unfortunately, this right here is one of the meats of the game. Just mining for stuff, which can be upgraded. Kind of like in Minecraft, where you upgrade your weapons up to like iron weapons and then diamond weapons. Yay, a ton of iron. Alright. I need exotic mining lasers, or exocraft mining lasers. Exocraft is a ground vehicle. I'm aware. Thank you. That's carbon. That's more rocks. That is a sentinel. I do not want it to see me mining stuff, so I'm going to move over here. One thing I do love about this game is some of these landscapes are absolutely gorgeous. They're very vibrant. They're not all dark and dreary, which is nice. You do get some that are a little bit darker. There's one that was completely blanketed by acid rain, which was amusing, and it had animals. Like, the animals had learned to live there through the acid rain. Ooh, that big blue thing is herodite, which we will need. Alright, and now I will have to go back inside because I'm at like 25%. And you can take falling damage. I know I just jumped off of that top of this structure. Thermals, levels, rising. Oh god, how hilarious would it be if the announcer did their best William Shatner impression every time they announce something? Thermal levels rising. Oxygen is getting lower. I have become just a little bit more Shatner. Anyway. Alrighty. Let's break apart another rock. Because, you know, that's exciting. The reason I keep pausing is your weapons and your mining tool will overheat. And of course, you see the 35% on the top right. It also, on top of overheating, you do have a limited supply every time. This is a plant, apparently, because it has a ton of carbon. Yay! Carbon! I'm gonna go inside real quick and let's see what we can upgrade. Can't upgrade that yet. Scanner's not as important. Scanner, basically, it lets out like a sonar pulse, kind of, sort of, and it lets you know if there's anything important nearby. And by important, I mean mostly, I'm having a moment, any materials like carbon. Well, it doesn't tell you when carbon's nearby. Carbon is so common that it doesn't need to. But anyway, the analysis visor allows you to scan and identify everything in the world around you. And because of that, it allows you to name everything, which honestly is probably my favorite part of this entire thing, because you can name planets, you can name star systems, you can name plants, you can name animals, and some of the animals on this game are ridiculously hilarious looking, so it's kind of fun to think up funny names for them. And the analysis visor is now active. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna have to log off on this video for now, but we'll be back in just a little bit.